Welcome to my channel, babe. This is my first video on here, so let me introduce myself. I'm Vera, but you can call me V. And I share real life stories I receive from my subscribers and followers in need of advice and opinions. And so if this is something you will love, please subscribe and like this video. Come and join the family. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. I have 4 stories for you today, and some of these stories will shock you. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. I am a 25-year-old woman, and my sister is 29. We have always been very close. Growing up, we shared almost everything. And even as adults, we spoke regularly. When she started dating her current boyfriend about a year ago, she told me a lot about him. At the beginning, I was happy for her because she seemed excited about the relationship. He became familiar with our family very quickly. He attended family gatherings, so I also got to know him. To me, he was simply my sister's boyfriend. I treated him with respect, but I made sure to keep some distance because of that. As time went on, he started becoming more friendly with me. At first, it seemed normal. He would joke around sometimes, or ask for my opinion on things he wanted to do for my sister, like gifts or surprises. Occasionally, he would talk about small misunderstandings between them, and ask me if I could help him understand her better. I thought he was just trying to improve their relationship. One evening, he called me and said he needed to talk about something serious concerning my sister. He sounded stressed. He said they had argued and that he needed someone who understands her to talk to. He asked if we could meet somewhere quiet so he could explain properly. We ended up meeting at his place because he said he didn't want anyone overhearing personal issues. When I got there, he started talking about their relationship. He said things were complicated and that my sister often misunderstands him. He kept saying he feels like nobody listens to his side. He offered me a drink and we continued talking. As time went on, the conversation changed. He started saying I was easier to talk to than my sister. He said I understood him better. At first, I thought he was just emotional because of their arguments. Then he said sometimes he feels like he connected with the wrong sister. I laughed and told him that was not something to joke about. He then said my sister had already been talking about breaking up with him and that their relationship was basically over. I believed him. I believed him because I thought I was speaking to someone who was going through a difficult moment and needed someone to listen. Mind you, all this while, he was serving me alcohol. At some point, I drank more than I should have. He started kissing me, and we ended up sleeping together. Oh, babe. Immediately after it happened, I regretted it. I told him it was a mistake, and that it should never happen again. I don't know how, but my sister found out. That is when everything turned into a huge mess. My sister called me very angry. She did not give me a chance to explain. She started shouting immediately. She said what I did was a betrayal. According to her, they were never close to breaking up. She said they only had a small disagreement that week and nothing serious. I tried to explain what he told me. I said he made it seem like the relationship was ending and that he only asked to see me so he could talk about their issues. She refused to believe me. She said I went after her boyfriend. When she confronted him, he admitted that we slept together, but he told a different story. He said it was mutual and that I was the one who encouraged it. He also said I had been acting overly friendly toward him for some time. Hearing that shocked me. It felt like the entire situation had been changed into something else. It now sounded like I was the one chasing him, and he was the one who gave in. My sister believed him. My parents also took her side. From their point of view, I crossed the line with someone I should never have been involved with. No one is interested in hearing how everything actually happened. Since then, my sister has cut me off completely. She does not speak to me anymore, but she's still dating him. Family gatherings have become uncomfortable. I can feel the tension, and I can tell that most people blame me for what happened. I know what I did was wrong, and I accept that. But I also feel like he misled me and intentionally put me in a situation that I did not fully understand at the time. And she chose to forgive him instead of me. Now I am being treated as if I am the only one responsible. I feel like I am being treated unfairly. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Babe, come here. Come and sit down. What you did was so messed up. Your sister's boyfriend. So wait, your sister's boyfriend calls you and tells you to come over. Why didn't you call your sister first? He said they were having issues. Why didn't you contact your sister and verify everything before you took your two legs and walked to his apartment? And when you got there, you started drinking alcohol with him and you allowed him to sleep with you. And you are saying you feel you are being treated unfairly. Okay, fine. Your sister forgave him. That is not your business. Whether your sister chooses to stay with him or not, it is not your business. You were supposed to be loyal to your sister. You are not being treated unfairly. What you did was very, very messed up. Like, I don't know what goes on through some people's head. How can you sleep with your sister's boyfriend? Like, come on. And you think that what? After what you did, she should just forgive you and move on. You slept with her boyfriend. From the way you wrote this story, I don't even think you regretted what you did. What you did was very wrong. It was messed up and you went too far. Come on, do better. Do better. You are not being treated unfairly. You deserve everything you are going through. Do better. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think she's being treated unfairly? Leave your opinions down below. Hey! Now let's move on to story number 2. I am a 28-year-old woman and my friend is 30. We have been close for about 6 years. We met at work and became very close over time. We talk about almost everything, including relationships, family issues, and personal struggles. Because of that, I know a lot about her relationship. She has been with her boyfriend for almost 7 years. In the beginning, their relationship looked very stable. He treated her well, he was respectful, and he seemed serious about her. Most people around them believed they would get married at some point. But as time went on, the proposal never came. At first, she didn't seem too bothered. She would say they were both focused on building their careers. But after 5 years, she started getting worried. She began bringing up marriage in conversations with him, but he would always give unclear answers. He would say soon, or when the time is right. Nothing changed. Last year, I noticed it was starting to affect her emotionally. Anytime we went out and saw people getting engaged, she would act happy in public, but later, she would complain to me about how it made her feel. She kept asking him directly about marriage, and he kept saying he was not ready yet. About 2 weeks ago, she came to my house looking very excited. I thought maybe her boyfriend had finally proposed. Instead, she told me she had found another solution. She said a woman from her church told her about a shrine outside the city where people go when they want things in their relationships to move forward. Hey. At first, I thought she was joking, but she was serious. She said the place is run by a spiritual man who helps people with relationship problems. According to her, some women have gone there and not long after, their boyfriends proposed to them. She said the process involves prayers and some rituals, and then things start to change. I told her immediately that I was not comfortable with that. She said it is not anything bad, just traditional prayers to open doors. She also said she didn't want to go alone, which is why she wanted me to go with her. I refused. I told her she should focus on having honest conversations with her boyfriend instead of going to a shrine, but she kept insisting. She said I was being too skeptical and that sometimes people need spiritual help to move forward in life. She even said if it works and her boyfriend proposes, I would be part of the testimony because I was there with her. Let's continue. The more she explained, the more uncomfortable I felt. A few days ago, she called me again and said she had already booked an appointment with a shrine. She said all she needs now is for me to go with her so she won't be afraid. I told her clearly that I will not go. She became upset and said I am not supporting her when she needs me. Then something happened that made me even more uneasy. She sent me a voice note. She said she had already gone there earlier just to ask questions before the actual ritual. According to her, the priest asked about her boyfriend and told her something. He said the reason her boyfriend has not proposed is because another woman is spiritually blocking the relationship. Then he mentioned my name and told her that if I refuse to come with her, the ritual might not work properly. What? After listening to the voice notes, I called her immediately. I asked her how the priest even knew about me. She said she mentioned me while explaining the situation because I am her closest friend and the person she talks to about a relationship. According to her, the priest then started asking questions about me. He said that sometimes people who are close to a relationship can carry spiritual energy that can either support or block that relationship. He said for the ritual to work fully, certain people connected to the situation may need to be present. I told her it does not make sense and that it sounds like someone is trying to manipulate her. But she insisted the man is well known in that area and that people respect him. She even sent me pictures of the place. It is located far outside the city, surrounded by trees and farmland. There is a small compound with a few buildings and a shrine area with statues and candles. She said the ritual is supposed to happen at night because that is when the spiritual energy is stronger. Now she keeps asking me to go with her next month. She says she's afraid to go alone and that if the ritual does not work because I refuse to support her, she would blame me. But the more she talks about it, the more uncomfortable I feel, especially because of something she said at the end. She said when she was leaving, the priest stopped her and told her that when I come there, I should not be afraid if they ask me to bring something personal. She said he told her it is part of the process. But when she asked what exactly they would need from me, he did not explain. He only said they will tell me when I arrive. Now she's begging me to go with her. I felt torn because she's my close friend. But at the same time, the whole situation does not feel right to me. Am I wrong for refusing to go with her to the shrine? Or am I right to stay away from something that feels this suspicious? Wait. What have you got to do with a relationship? And why are you even thinking about this, babe? Why are you even thinking about this? And the priest is saying he's going to ask you to bring something personal. And you're asking me, Vera, if you are wrong for saying no. Babe, come on. Some people are not scared of anything, no. Juju shrine to get a boyfriend to marry her and she wants to take you alone. And then now they also want you to bring something personal. When you say no to people, mean it. This has got nothing to do with you. Don't insert yourself into places that doesn't concern you. Let her go and do her thing. That is her business. If she wants to get pissed off with you, let her get pissed off with you. No means no. Don't go anywhere. Hey, your boyfriend has not proposed to you, so you're going to a shrine to get him to propose. Things are happening these days, so leave your thoughts down below. What do you think about this story? Do you think she's wrong for saying no? Let me know what you think down below. Hey, let's move on to story number 3. I have been married to my husband for 4 years. I am a 29-year-old woman and my husband is 33. When we first got married, things were great. We both had full-time jobs, we shared bills, and we talked about building a future together. One of the reasons I agreed to marry him was because he spoke like someone who believed in partnership. He made it seem like we would do life together as equals. But after the wedding, things started changing slowly. At first, I didn't pay much attention to it. I just noticed that I was doing more around the house. I was the one cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and keeping everything in order. If I didn't do it, it simply didn't get done. I thought maybe we were still adjusting to living together, but the pattern continued. After work every day, I would come home tired and still have to handle everything in the house. Meanwhile, he would sit and watch TV or stay on his phone. He hardly got up to help unless I asked, and even then, it felt like I was disturbing him. I spoke to him about it several times. I didn't expect him to do everything. I only wanted us to share responsibilities since we were both working and contributing financially. He would always say he was tired or that he would help later. Most of the time, later never came. As time went on, the conversation started turning into arguments. He began saying things like men are not used to doing housework and that women are naturally better at taking care of their home. I reminded him that I also work full-time, just like him. He would just say that is how life is. Recently, we started talking about having a child. That is when I started thinking seriously. I asked myself what life would look like if we had a baby. I imagined myself working, taking care of a newborn, cooking, cleaning, and still handling the entire house alone while nothing changed for him. One evening, after a long day, I brought up the conversation again. I told him that before we even think about having children, I need to see that we can share responsibilities properly. I said I want a partner at home, not just someone who contributes money. That was when he said something that shocked me. He laughed and said, "A woman's place is suffering, eh?" At first, I thought he was joking, but he was not. After he said it, I watched him, expecting him to smile or say he didn't mean it. He didn't smile. He just continued eating like it was a normal thing to say. I asked him if he was serious. He said I was overreacting and that women have always carried more responsibility in the home. According to him, that is how families work. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about what he said and how easily he said it. The next morning, I started noticing things more clearly. The laundry he walks past every day. The plates he leaves behind after eating. The way he expects food every evening without asking how I am feeling. Then I imagined adding a baby to that situation. I imagined waking up at night to take care of a child, still going to work in the morning, and still coming home to do everything alone. It made me feel overwhelmed, so I made a decision. I packed a small bag and left the house. I just told him I needed space because I cannot bring a child into a situation where I already feel exhausted and unsupported. Since then, he has been calling me constantly. He says he didn't mean what he said. He says it was just something he said out of frustration. He wants me to come back so we can work things out. Now our families are involved. Some people are saying I am overreacting and that marriage requires patience and compromise. Others are saying I did the right thing by leaving before having a child. I still care about him, but I keep thinking about that sentence and what it means. I want to know if I am wrong. Am I overreacting for leaving my marriage after my husband said a woman's place is suffering? No, babe, you are not overreacting. And let me tell you something. He really meant what he said. He was not joking. He told you what is in his heart. Now, babe, it is possible he's only calling you to come back because he needs his maid back. He just wants you to come back home and continue doing what you were doing for him, not because he has changed or anything. Now, someone like me, I will leave and not go back because you've told him several times. You've told him to help you around the house several times, and he has not changed. But he's your husband. If you want to give him another chance, talk to him, sit him down, talk to him, and give him one last chance. If he doesn't change, just live for your peace of mind. And babe, I know you can see the future. If you end up getting pregnant for a man like this, hey, So if you want, give him another chance. Sit him down, talk to him seriously, mean it. That this is the last chance. He should also pull his weight. If you come back and he's still lazy, he still doesn't help you, and babe, that is the kind of man he is. Can you deal with it? If you can deal with it, then stay with him. But if you can't, babe, run. Don't get pregnant for him yet, run. And don't just study him for a few days. Study him for a long time before you even think of getting pregnant. So yeah, I hope everything works out for you in the end. She needs advice. Leave your thoughts down below. Now let's move on to story number 4. Before I met my boyfriend, I was in a serious relationship with my ex for almost 4 years. I am a 26-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 30. We have been together for a little over 1 year. Our relationship has been good. We get along well. We spend time together often. And we have even talked about the future. He treats me well. So this situation has been confusing for me. Now, when I was with my ex, we took many pictures together. Normal things like trips, birthdays, and everyday moments. One day, we both agreed that we were not compatible long term and went our separate ways peacefully. Because of that, I never felt the need to delete everything from that period of my life. I was not enemies with my ex. The pictures are still on my social media and in my phone. I don't go back to look at them, but I also don't see any reason to remove them. To me, they are just memories from a part of my life that has already ended. When my current boyfriend and I started dating, he noticed the pictures early on. At the beginning, he asked about them in a casual way. I explained that they are just old memories and that there is nothing emotional attached to them anymore. He seemed okay with that explanation at the time. Last week, we were going through my page together when he saw a picture of me and my ex from a trip we took some years back. He became quiet and then asked me again why I still have those pictures. I gave him the same answer. I told him deleting them feels unnecessary because they are part of my past. Removing them will not change anything. He did not agree. He said when someone enters a new relationship, certain things should change. According to him, keeping pictures of an ex publicly can make it look like I am still attached to that person. I told him that is not true. I have not seen him in a long time. I have no feelings for him anymore. The pictures are just there. The conversation became tense, but I still felt like we understood each other. Then he said if he was the one who still had pictures with his ex online, would I be comfortable with it? I told him honestly that it will not bother me because everyone has a past. Then he asked me if I would be willing to delete the pictures if it would make him feel more secure in the relationship. When he asked me that, I did not answer immediately. I had not expected him to take it that seriously. Later, I told him I do not see the point of deleting memories that are part of my life. That relationship already ended, and those pictures are simply reminders of that time. He disagreed. I told him I think he's overthinking it. To me, trust should come from how we treat each other now, not from pictures taken years ago. I have not given him any reason to doubt me, but he kept saying it matters. Before the conversation ended, he asked me again if I could just remove the pictures for the sake of the relationship. I told him I would think about it, but I still feel like it is not necessary. Now he's upset and says I am not considering his feelings. Some of my friends agree with him and say it is normal to remove things like that when you enter a new relationship. But I feel like it can lead to something bigger. If I start removing parts of my past because someone is uncomfortable, I don't know where it will end. Then one day, during an argument, he said the real reason the pictures bother him is because my ex recently sent me a message and I did not tell him. Mind you, it was just my ex checking up on me. No big deal. I just forgot to tell him. Now, I am wondering if the situation is really about the pictures or something else entirely. Is it trying to control my life? And am I wrong for refusing to delete pictures with my ex? Babe, I don't think you are wrong. Keeping old photos from the past does not mean you are automatically emotionally attached to your ex. But it is also not wrong either. The way his feeling didn't come out of nowhere. You see, at first it was about the pictures, and then he spoke about your ex messaging you. Now think about it this way. You don't want to delete the pictures, and now your ex has messaged you and you didn't tell him about it. It's just feeling insecure. I don't think he's trying to control you. Maybe it feels like since you are unwilling to delete the pictures, maybe there's something more going on between you and your ex. Even if it is not true, that is likely how it feels to him. Now, right now, your boyfriend doesn't feel emotionally safe because of the photos. And the fact that your ex messaged you and you didn't tell him has also added to the problem. So this can go two ways. One, you can stand your ground. Reassure him that you love him. Be honest with him when your ex contacts you, or even set clear boundaries with your ex. Now, if you stand your ground, this might lead to more problems. He might end up leaving you because of this. Are you okay with that? And now, the second option, just compromise. Just delete the pictures. If you love him, he treats you well, and the past is the past, like you said, just delete the photos. Compromise. Or don't even delete them. You know you can private them, right? Just private them. Then there's peace, and everything moves on smoothly. And babe, stop telling him he's overthinking this, or he's overreacting. Like I said, it might be small for you, but it is not small for him. So yeah, just make your choice. Either stand your ground or just compromise. Delete the photos and let peace reign. I hope everything works out for you in the end. Now leave your advice and opinions down below. Do you think she's wrong in this situation? Do you think she should delete the pictures? Let me know what you think down below. And she's going to be in the comment section reading them. And I forgot to mention that they will all be in the comment sections reading your opinions and advice. So don't forget to leave them down below. And now, this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to them in the comment section. And babe, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.